My second scooter video, October the 14th, 2025, 9:30 a.m. plus or minus. Temperature 75-ish, partly cloudy here at Fort Clark Springs, Texas. And now let's go scooting, so to speak. Here we go, guys. Yeah, I'm getting better at this thing. I'm getting better. Not great, but it's much better. And yeah, we just kind of got our feet up here now. We're comfortable. And yeah, we can. The reason I have to do that vertically so that it looks kind of strange, I'm sure. But that's the only way you can do it with this holder. I'll have to get another holder and to do it horizontally. And this is okay. I'm not going to do that many uh, scooter videos. I just thought I'd try it and see how it worked. But yeah, we're just going to go cruising for a minute around the fort here, Fort Clark Springs, Texas. And yeah, it's a nice morning. Birds are chirping. And yeah, for October the 14th, it's very nice. So the scooter's good. You know, you can't go too slow. You know, you got to go around 8 or 10 miles an hour to have your balance, the centrifugal force or whatever they call it. And, you got to get your posture right. Yeah, like once you get the seat adjusted and stuff, it's pretty nice. I mean, it's a nice, cool day today. And I've got my safety flags on and some stickers and stuff. The only thing I don't have that I need is a rear view mirror. I'll have that today. And but there's very little traffic here. I'm on the very end of the Fort Clark Springs, and so where I am, there's virtually no traffic, as you can see. If there's wind in the mic, that's the way it is. But we'll see, because the mics are on the bottom, and it looks like, or the other video I did, there was no wind noise, or I didn't notice it. So if that's the case, I'll just keep this holder and use it because it's got like a wind block at the bottom. It's got a piece of plastic there. So we'll see. We'll just take it one day at a time. If you make your life a series or like a chain of events, you do this, and then when that ends, you start something else reasonably soon. I think that makes it much more enjoyable. That's why I do the things I do. One of the reasons, probably the primary reason that I RV and do all those things I do and buy and sell cars and property and stuff like I do. It's just to keep a continuing stream of enjoyable events going, yeah, just keep her going, keep the ball rolling. Yeah, people here are really big on Halloween. I mean, I say some of them are. I mean, some of them spend a lot of money decorating their yards and their houses for Halloween. And of course, I won't be here this Halloween. Probably I'll be in Llano, Texas, and on we go. I'm going to try to take this little golf path here, and it's pretty narrow. We'll see if I can hit it. I'm getting better, I mean, I'm not perfect, but I'm getting better. I feel better. Apparently, there's the way you sit and the way you've got to put your feet on the platform. It's you're using a different set of muscles. But one thing I've found, I don't wave at anybody. That's how. Because with one-handed, this thing, I haven't quite got that down yet. One-handed is not my thing. If I want to get a drink of water, which I have in the basket, a little water bottle, then I just pull over and stop. And I think that's I ought to make that a policy. But no, I'm getting better and I enjoy it. We're just taking it one day at a time. I wanted to take this ride this morning to see if I can use up one bubble of power, to see that it's the battery's going down a little bit because I've driven this thing, I don't know, I want to say 8 miles, 6 or 8 miles, and it's still showing a full battery. But yeah, you have to be, well, apparently you have to be a little alert or more alert on this than golf cart for sure. The trike, yeah, the trike is easier, or yeah, because you got three wheels as opposed to two. But this thing is okay for some trips. I don't know, depends on how far you want to go. But like this, as you can see, we don't have any traffic. If there was a lot of traffic here, this would not be enjoyable at all. If somebody was right behind me all the time, no. I mean, if I was in a larger city and I got one, I would only ride it on the sidewalks for sure. And I'm sure you can, because it doesn't take up much space. The width might be 20 inches. The handlebars, that's the width. Now you got a lot of crazy sounding birds. Morning. I think she works for the Border Patrol. You may have seen her in the video, you may not. She was jogging. She's a pretty young lady. And but they got a lot of Border Patrol that live here. And but yeah, this is a nice place to ride. This is right along to the right. There's a stream, and this is just a small road that very few people use called Pecan Drive. I think it's the name of it. It parallels a little creek off to my right, or stream, whatever. Yeah, you have to be, you do have to watch for potholes and stuff, but knock on wood, I've kind of eliminated the streets that might be somewhat dangerous because of potholes. I'm safe. I know a lot of you have advised me to wear a helmet, gloves, a flak jacket, steel-toed boots, Kevlar vest, and other things that may help. But, I've done me for 80 years. And, when I grew up on a farm in Kennedy, Texas, I finally got a bicycle. I don't know how old I was, but I finally got one. But we didn't have, back then, there were no bike helmets. There were no bike shoes. There were no bike gloves. There were no bike shirts. You wore your Fruit of the Loom t-shirt with your Levi's and your tennis shoes, they call them. And I used to wear, there were something flyers, I can't remember. Yeah, I think they were. I always looked at the bottom of the shoe before I bought a shoe because I wanted to see what kind of footprint I was going to leave, because we were always in the dirt. There were a lot of unpaved roads back then. Yeah. Maybe it was PF. I can't remember. They were blacktop, lace-up tennis shoes. There were, I don't remember, they might have had some slip-on shoes. I remember a guy had some blue suede shoes. He was one of the wealthier kids, and he had when Elvis was popular with that song, Blue Suede Shoes, his mother bought him a pair for Christmas. They were pretty. I never told him that, but okay, now go right here. But there's no traffic coming to the left, so we're good there. This is a little bumpy right here. But this thing does really good, or it's really a smooth ride. I'll say that. And I'm hoping that the wind is not horrible, but if it is, I won't post it. Yeah, I'm going to go down here and go through the RV park, which the RV park is full, but it's not because of the snowbirds coming down so much. It's because they're building pipelines in this area to get that drill, baby, drill oil and gas to the coast of Texas, Corpus Christi, and other places, other ports. so they can get it out of here. But yeah, but no, they got pipeline people here. I guess they probably take up over half of the park, and they'll be here for several years. Yeah, it's nice to ride when there's no traffic. I will say that. And you can cruise comfortably at 8 or 10 miles an hour. You know. Go ahead. I'm going to go in here. Hi. See, I did that pretty good, didn't I? I made that turn without falling over. Yeah. But it still shows full battery. But look at these RVs, man. I mean, but they're all from Texas, looks like most of them. There's a few from South Dakota. And yeah, they've got 88 sites. And I think they're all taken. I don't know what the snowbirds are going to do that were coming here every year. Hi. That guy's from Montana, sitting out reading a book. Not a bad thing to do. Beautiful day, I'm sure from Montana. He feels very comfortable. Here, 75 degrees, and in Montana it's probably 40. Yeah, we live in a huge country, a lot of variety, different people, different attitudes, different backgrounds. Variety is the spice of life. I guess it can be. I like a little variety, but not too much. See, we're doing okay. We're not doing bad. I stay off the gravel roads and where the thorns are that'll cause a tire issue. Now this side over here looks like it's not quite as full, but what it is they save some of the sites on this side for overnight guests. Because an overnighter's, I don't know, $40 a night probably. How you doing? He's from Washington State. Yeah, I'm just burning daylight here. But it's okay, man. I have to, again, repeat myself here that the ride, because of the front shocks and the double rear shocks and the spring seat padded, is very comfortable. I have no issues with it at all. Okay, now this time we're going to have to come to a full stop because there's somebody coming. So you got to put your foot down and remember to hold on to the brake. Okay. Let's see, where'd that car go? Well, wouldn't you know the damn car turned? I mean, if they knew how much of a problem that was for me to stop and start. But I'm getting better at that too. So, yeah, I'll end this video right up here. We'll go through one of these little neighborhoods here and I'll shut it down. I'm sure the wind noise is probably not that good. But it's really quiet. I'm very impressed with it. For $350, you can't touch an electric bicycle for $350. I mean, if you do get one, it's going to be crap. But they do make some lightweight, very lightweight electric bikes. I mean, they have some that weigh under 40 pounds, but they're about $2,000. Okay. Yeah, I kind of have to remind myself to tell myself to relax, You see, it's pretty quiet. This is Unit 37 at Fort Clark Springs. There was one place for sale in here and it sold pretty quick. I think they were asking $125,000 for it. one of these airplane hangars with a house at one end, like I had before. Yeah, it's right here on the right. It says it's still for sale, but they got a buyer on it. This is a pretty unique area. There's not, well, I'm sure there's places like this down along the coast of Brownsville and in Florida and places where there's a lot of RVs and stuff. But I think it's just really, of course, this is a gated community and they have a guard there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And the police, this is in the city, well, not in the city, but next door. So the city police patrol this, and so does the county sheriff. And there's the guy you want to be next to. Uh, he is, when I was living here on the corner right up there on the right, that guy was always building something. That saw was running out of a month, 8 or 9 days. And it's loud, as you heard. And then there's a guy right down the street there that also uh, has a what do you call them? A leaf blower. That's right. But anyway, guys, I'll end the video now. So from Fort Clark Springs on Tuesday morning coming down, 10 o'clock-ish, Scooter Man scooteth on the Tumble bug around the fort, and I hope it didn't turn out too bad as far as the wind noise, but thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye-bye, buy anything you want, drink plenty of water, stretch, walk, stand guard at the door of your mind, and if you're going to buy something from Amazon, use the Amazon link. Anyway, guys, hope this turns out okay. Bye-bye.